The South African Council of Churches has mourned the passing of Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi, and they say this marks the end of an era for the Zulu Kingdom. Now, in a statement, the Council of Churches says King Misuzulu, kaZwelithini, and the entire kingdom have been robbed of the experience and wisdom of a leader of the people. Now, let's discuss this. Of course, we're joined by Bishop Malusi Mpumlwana, who's the General Secretary of the South African Council of Churches. Thank you so much for your time. Dr. Mpumlwana, let's just start first with this significant loss, not only for the AmaZulu nation, not only for King Misuzulu kaZwelithini, but also when you think about the array of politics.
Yes, indeed. Prince Buthelezi had become an elder statesman in the country, someone who could rebuke and challenge anybody. It doesn't matter what their position is and what their political party is. Now, I remember having a chat with him one time saying, Shrenge, I think it would be a good thing if you just retired from party politics so that you can become that statesman whom anybody can go to. And he said, yeah, when I was Lutu, and and of course, he did retire in time, but he still remained the emeritus president of his party. And I actually said to him, you still identified with one party, so it does not allow for other party people to feel comfortable coming to you in this way, and you just laughed away.
And I suppose it is, interesting also to see just how various political parties on a day like today are also speaking about him, and talking about his indelible mark that he leaves when it comes to the political landscape of South Africa. But at the same time, you then have, the many other South Africans who are also pointing to something else, things that they're unhappy with as far as his legacy is concerned. It also speaks about this mixed legacy that, those in leadership also leave behind.
Yes, indeed. There is clearly, obviously, there is a mixed, legacy to traverse. But, we as churches leave that to political analysts and historians. We are focused on on the path of the soul of the departed, and especially in the context of his church life in the Anglican Church. And of course, we just know that he was also exemplary in three other ways. One, the way in which he treated and related to his wife, Irene, and of course, the way he related and kept the memory of his mother, whom he adored. But then, apart from that, we remember him as somebody without whom we do not know if there would be a standing Zulu Kingdom today. It was up to Mntwana Wapindangene to really raise, protect, defend, and uphold King Zwelithini. And I remember exactly what was happening in those days, 1972, 71, when it was difficult for King Zwelithini to come into office. And it was Nkosi Mangosuthu who actually made it happen, almost single-handedly. And of course, you've seen the same happen in the time of King Misuzulu, that without Prince Buthelezi probably would not be having in throne today in Ngonyama as we have Isilo Samabandla.
And I'm going to come back to, that love story, as many have described it, with Princess Irene. But let's stay with his relationship with the church, because his contribution to the Anglican Church is one that does not go unseen. For example, you think about him being awarded the Order of Simon of Cyrene. And this is really, it talks to someone who treasured so much his relationship with the church, but also his relationship with God.
Indeed. The order of Simon of Cyrene is the highest order merit that can be given to a lay person in the Anglican Church, which is voted by the bishops. But the significance of the order of Cyrene, if you just for some of your listeners may not remember who Simon of Cyrene is. This is the person who helped carry the cross of Jesus, to his crucifixion. And it is therefore, it symbolizes the work of lay people who are not ordained, but who help carry the burden of the ministry of the church in society. And that's how Nkosi Buthelezi was viewed by the Anglican bishops, which is why he was given this order. I mean, it's the highest honor that can be given to a lay person in the Anglican Church. But also, apart from that, he really genuinely believed in his church, and he was a regular communicant, and this I know to be a fact. And of course, you can say that in that context, he has remained a faithful person to the church and to his beliefs, and to which we say he belongs, therefore, to the faithful departed.
And pardon me, Dr. Mpumlwana, earlier, I mean, we think about then this particular order, and I wonder, you know, the significance of it to him as a lay person in the church being awarded this. Let's talk about that, because it speaks volumes of the burdens that he himself was carrying in his various roles.
Yes. And of course, if you were to talk to him now, he would say those burdens of the Simon of Cyrene he carried not only for his church, but for his country and his people, and I think very much for the Zulu people, especially. I mean, I'm serious when I say without Nkosi Buthelezi, we would not be having what we have in the stability of the Zulu Kingdom that everybody sees today.
And I wonder for you then, the gap that he is passing leaves behind, especially in the nation at a time like this, and AmaZulu nation, I mean.
Well, you know, he has served during the time of Nkosuzwelithini's father. He has served in the time of the regent Nkosi. He has served in the time of Usilo Uzwelithini,